happy to be here this morning to put Kahnawak's position on education forward in the Kahnawake Survival School Library. It's been established over 30 years ago after the walkout from Howard S. Billings as a form and show of our collective identity and our continued independence when it relates to education. Today we're here to talk about the First Nation Education Act and its imposition or about to be imposed legislative action by the federal government of Canada. It's been worked on for quite some time now. It's being looked at by the federal government without real in earnest consultation with First Nations communities across what they consider Canada, and it's obviously a great imposition that we are not going to agree with. The way they've consulted, or lack thereof, leads to us today to deal with and talk about our position in an outright rejection of the Act. We've taken some action from a political standpoint in issuing letters to the Prime Minister stating our position from the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake, supported by a unanimously agreed upon declaration. So today again we're here to talk about the Kahnawake position. Their hope is that the First Nation Education Act, FNEA, as they call it, will be passed by September. They've given us some indication that a consultation period has been extended, and I put the word consultation in quotation marks because what we're looking for is far from that and beyond consultation and accommodation, to March 31st. We're looking to have a unified position from at least the region through the First Nation Education Council here in Quebec and the Assembly of First Nations Quebec Chiefs, which has again declared unanimously that we will reject this. We don't want them to piecemeal us. We don't want them to look at this in terms of individual communities. This needs to be a unified position, and we are going to continue to do that regardless of the deadline of March 31st, hoping to have all of the people and all of the territories agree, at least within this region, in a collective direction. We're also announcing that on January 28th, next Tuesday, we will join with the rest of the country in a day of action. Not sure, and we're not going to disclose, I don't think, all of the details today, but Kahnawake will be participating in this day of action through Idle No More and our own initiatives here internally, through rallies and other means. Again, we're not going to disclose all of the details, but it is going to be affirmative action as well, and hopefully people will be paying attention.
The Kahnawake Education Center came to the awareness, along with other community members, that there was a need, urgent need for us to do an intense analysis of the draft document. So at that point in time, various community members, organizations, so forth, and different components of the community got together to do this intense analysis of the document, and with that, the Kahnawake Education Working Group was established to do so. As we looked at this document to see what effects would this document have, this proposed legislation have upon our current education system, it came to be that it was quite evident that it would have a tremendous effect on our education system as it currently stands. What is really important as well is that the Kahnawake Education Center, we strive ourselves and give pride in terms that we provide a holistic education here in Kahnawake. What we do is we meet the needs of all our children, spiritually, culturally, our intellectual and emotional needs. We provide those services from nursery right up to grade 11, and we support our students in their post-secondary and university studies afterwards. And with the First Nation Education Act and with the impositions here, that really, what it does is it defeats all of that we have worked for so many years, that people from previous combined school committee members to the people here today have worked for and strived for, and it would really bring us years and years back from what we've strived and progressed to. As Mike had said earlier, you're sitting in a building today, the Kahnawake Survival School, which is you know, a great accomplishment for what we've strived for, what we've worked for, and which parents from years back have wanted for their education for the students of Kahnawake.
My experience with the school committee started in 1975 when the school committee was already established, and the women that were on the school committee at the time were the most dynamic people that I've ever met. And under their direction, the parents were able to take control of their children's education. And under their direction, they wrested the control of education away from the federal government and put it under control of the parents here in Kahnawake. This community and the parents of this community have set up an education system that is totally in tune with the needs and aspirations of the people, in that we want to educate our children to be productive Mohawk citizens here in Kahnawake. Kahnawake has always been assertive of their own rights and our own right to educate our own children in the manner in which we see fit. And we've come out of a system that was established here by the federal government, which was designed to take the Indian out of our children. And now our task is to put it back into our children. And I think we've accomplished this in many respects.